This is your daily market review for Tuesday, October 17th, 2023. Let's go. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max, CDXP Realty, aka the Trading Agent. This is your daily market review for Tuesday, October 17th, 2023. Hopefully you're having a great day. Interesting market action. Not surprised by more OPEX, CHOPEX, as you guys know, as we love to call it. If you have a chance, check out the live chat we did today earlier around, after lunch, East Coast time in the market. We really appreciate some of the thoughts, concerns, ideas, expand on some of this stuff that's in this daily market review. If you're new to the channel, check out the Discord room, link in the description below, and let's get into it. Again, check out YouTube. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, because again, we do live chats multiple times a week, and you'll appreciate, again, the back to basics, options, expiration. What about it? There's actually 3 videos on this. Also follow on Twitter, posting ideas, thoughts. Check out the website. You'll appreciate it. It has the back to basics series in chronological order from more beginning to advanced. Also, if you need to get your money, remember, get under 250 FDIC insurance. Check out Goldman's 5.4. And also, please, if you are in Schwab or any of these brokerages that are suspect, move into a brokerage that's not going to fall apart. Interactive brokers will not go anywhere. Use the link below to get a referral code and bonuses. On that note, let's get into it. Also, too, if you ever need, hit up the Calendly link in the description of this video. And if you want to talk, I'm always here. Always here. Do my best to help folks out. Fed watch tool pause coming up in, I guess it's November 1st. Wow. Okay. Yeah. November 1st is a Wednesday. Remember, all Fed meetings are on Wednesdays. Check it out. Bitcoin. Let's get into it deep. Holding around 28,000. Again, I don't know if it's going to collapse or not. I mean, this is a lot of stuff based on war. In my mind, if recession stuff and just liquidity issues continue to get drained, it's hard to see this breaking out. Could be wrong. Just think there's easier trades. Oil. As you know, we all know, it's been holding up pretty well. Bottom line, keep it simple, stupid. I think it goes lower without geopolitical risk. With geopolitical risk, it holds up. However you want to choose to play that and delineate what's best for you, I would probably tell you from the bottom of my heart, be careful. Do not get burned trying to be aggressive in one direction on oil and gas, because it could go sadly either way. The dollar, as we talked about, held the 20-day. Oh, thank you. Keep an eye on this. Thank you, Interactive Brokers. Keep an eye on this. Awesome. Keep an eye on the dollar. Again, volatility in it. Not surprised. Had like 12 straight weeks of up. Maybe it was 11, whatever. It's holding up pretty well. It still doesn't look that bad. Bonds, a lot of people trying to pick the bottom. We said many times, you will get a retest or some sort of higher low. That might be it. Today might be it. Don't be surprised if it's during options expiration too. It's usually bottoms and tops. Retest of bottoms and tops happen during options expiration the first and last 3 business days of the month, because there's usually more liquidity to push things in certain directions, in my opinion. You could argue this is like a head and shoulders bottom too. Now, again, do I trust it? Not really. But if that's what you feel is the best trade out there, you go right ahead. I think there's better trades out there. The VIX, basing. We talked about this. Big base, breakout. We said would not blow out in OPEX. Now you've come back. Now, again, it always could start. But at this point, again, I'm betting on shorts on any pop in the market. Now, the VIX at lows is always the ideal to start shorting with, especially if you want to buy puts. The VIX holding up pretty well. Good old SPY. What did we say? When it got down here towards the 200-day, oversold, could rally. Don't be surprised if it held up into OPEX. Guess what? You're welcome. 50-day, 100-day cross would probably be the best spot to short, but keep in mind, we're holding range right now. Remember, gaps do not have to fill in downtrends. Just like in uptrends, they don't fill. Like think of all like the NVDA gaps and all those gaps in your favorite stocks. When they're ripping higher, they don't have to fill. Keep an eye on the SPY. Q. Hit the trend line, backing off, chopping around. IWM. Again, I posted today in the Discord room on Twitter, like watch the range highs on things. Here you go. IWM. Again, testing the range highs. Dia. holding over the 200-day, but look where it's coming into. I'm sorry I don't have this. Let me just clean this up, and it'll be clear as day. All right, check out this area. Resistance equals support. Support equals resistance. Gold. All right, again, another one, geopolitical. We talked about down here compressing. It was probably due to bounce because it was oversold. Let me look at that. Oversold, right? Holding up. Watch the 200-day. Watch 100-day. Again, I will buy gold. Again, if you have physical, great. But to trade this stuff, be careful. Geopolitical risk. Throw the baby out with the bathwater. Liquidity. Silver, same kind of thing. A lot of people are like, oh, you said sell it, short it. I'm like, no, I said just be careful if you buy it down here. I said, and I'll watch the channel. Might bounce. Clearly. I just don't want to own this stuff because if you're familiar with this, even the GDXJ, the baby goes out with the bathwater. They throw liquidity. Everything gets tossed. If you don't know, go check the monthlies and weeklies. They're in massive VIX spikes and market crashes. Now GDX breaking the 100-day, filling the gap. Watch what happens around here at 29s. Again, I don't have a bullish or bearish. Again, I'd be more bearish long term, but it doesn't mean I'm shorting. I'm waiting for things to settle out. Again, if you want to play the volatility in it, your choice. If you think that's the best trade. GDXJ, same thing. Talked about it. Watch it, what happens if it got back over 31. Got over it, holding up. AG, man, this thing is just, holding lows. Now, again, I mean, is the trend over? That's just the question. I mean, I personally would wait for retest and choppiness and volatility. And when they throw the baby out the bathwater, AEM, channel high. Again, all these names. Never said short, but I just don't think I would buy. Sometimes that's a choice too. A lot of people get mad. Well, there's other trades out there, trust me, that done pretty damn well. AE Newmont, as we talked about, said if it gets back over 36 area, which was, the bottom, the range low, 36, 37, it could pop back up into the channel. Or not the channel, but this resistance zone. You're there. Just keep an eye on it. This is what, to me, is more interesting, is shorting tech, right? Looking for bounces. Because, again, geopolitically, like, this stuff goes down, and if Feds have to keep raising rates, this stuff goes down. Inflation, this goes down. Gold could pull back very quickly if something happened. Just keep, I think, either way. And it could, I don't know. It's hard to know what the right answer is to this thing. That's where, when things are hard, I don't tend to play in them. Taiwan Semi, we talk about rallying. Look for shorts. To me, clearly it's, hit the 200-day and a little above, chopping around. Micron, we said watch the 70 level. Kind of drops today on the chip restrictions going to China. Again, we've talked about that. No doubt that's coming. AMD, 100-day, failure. And NVIDIA, what do we say? Watch it ride the channel, maybe a head and shoulders top. You finally got it. And we talked about 100-day. Once it held it, you didn't know where it was going to. I honestly thought it would get to 450 and fail. You got up here. Now you've got the right shoulder. Uh-oh, spaghetti. Now, again, just don't chase it. Let it come to you. Maybe it bounces with OPEX, chops around. Intellectual property. Talked about this range in 37. Hello. SMH, same kind of thing. Hits the channel, actually. La Chanel. Is that a Chanel, maybe? Right? Look at that. What did it do? Failure. But now it's holding the low end of the channel. Chopping around. Just keep that in mind. Adobe. Itching. Scratching. We said this candle was pointing to failure, potentially. Now it's holding up. If you want to short this thing around 560 plus, makes sense. Apple, as we talked about, there's zero doubt in our mind. Zero doubt that they're not going to sell as many phones. We talked about when it held like this channel low. It's due to bounce. How high? Again, a lot of people are talking about gap fills. And again, gaps don't have to fill. I hate to be a dingleberry, mad at you. But they don't. Okay? Look what's happening here. 100-day. Chopping around. Again, I just look for, please don't short lows. Look for bounces. Amazon, 50-day, right to a T, doink, chopping around. These names, some of these names are going to chop around. Some are just going to fail, in my opinion. CRM, 50-day. Could it fill the gap? I don't know. It just seems like it already struggled with the exactly 212. What was the high today? Yeah, 211.94. I'd watch that. Guggenheim got stopped out of this one. This thing is a bugger. But said, watch what happens up at the channel high. There's a lot going on in this chart. Like, this could be a massive bull trap. But just like NVIDIA, it could take time to play out. Meta, another one that's just like, are you kidding? Retest the highs, chopping around. Microsoft, we talked about this one, rallying back up into this like 330s. All right. I mean, look at this. It just, yeah. Keep an eye on it. NDAQ, again, I expect all this stuff to get chopped. But remember, it is earnings. So they could hold up. NDAQ broke the channel. We talked about any major rally to a major moving average. Fills the gap. Gets the 50 level. That looks like a, you know what. MicroStrategy. Chopping around. Yeah, I mean, broke channel. Below the 100-day. I mean, it just feels like chop in a matter of time before it breaks. Netflix dropping into earnings, which is interesting. Broke the channel. Maybe it's due to rally for earnings. Earnings are tomorrow after the close. Be completely aware of that. It's tough to say. Again, if you're short this, you got to take some profit or hedge. Please, for the love of God. Roblox, same kind of thing. We talked about popping up. Like I really said it would be impossible to get over 32. Look at this volume in high volume high and high volume low. If it says 32s, I think you can take a what at it. And it's probably going lower. And then down in the 17, 18 range, probably a buy. Tesla, same kind of thing. For earnings tomorrow. Sorry, not the same thing, but like Netflix has earnings tomorrow after the close. Be careful. No clue. And if it pops, then you short it. If it flops, well, then you got to look for pops to short, in my opinion. I don't trust it at all. X, we talked about getting bought out. I mean, I don't even know. I'm taking this one off the radar. It's not going anywhere. It's going to, and if it doesn't get bought out, it'll pull right back. Talked about Nucor failing at the $120 cross. Then you said Friday, please. Thursday, Friday, like please take some profits. Again, short-term oversold, market rallying. Watch 151. Caterpillar. But alert today said watch the 50-day. Ding, 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 ding. I mean, we got within pennies of it. Either way, you could start layering back into more shorts, which did. FedEx said take profit on Friday. Do not be surprised by rallying and chop into options expiration. Said watch the 100-day. Again, I mean, your guess is as good as mine exactly where this thing will fail at. But, I mean, look at this. Look at this area. I mean, I'd be watching, scouting, anything up in here. I think long-term gives you good short opportunities. VALE, I mean, and some of these stocks look dead. Global growth name. Oversold. Not oversold, but just chopping around. I mean, you could argue maybe head and shoulder bottom, but whatever. Dr. Copper, we said Arrow. People were like, oh, we got to buy this thing. It's at the 200-day. It's like, ooh. Remember, Junior Copper names got problems. They got probably financing and liquidity issues. Yikes. Again, like the company long term, but let the market play out. CCJ, we talked about this chopping hits the 20-day to a T. Remember, the first drop, the first pop up to the 20 days, usually short. Keep an eye on that one. Again, it's not like I'm hating on uranium. I just don't trust it. Again, because they throw the baby out. All the materials names. Again, we like CF. We like Mosaic. We like NTR. Sorry, I'm just rapping to them. But again, let them get destroyed brutally. XLF, what did we say? Watch the 100, 200, 50-day cross. Are we getting through it? But we got there. JP Morgan, love to short it because it's past earnings. We said this candle says goodbye. Well, any pop now. 140, 150. I mean, hopefully you can see where we're looking at. Anything up in here makes sense to me. It just makes sense to short. Tight stops. Again, define your risk. Morgan Stanley, they have earnings tomorrow morning. Well, yeah, we'll see what happens here. Goldman Sachs had earnings today. Not the reaction you really expect. But again, in OPEX, I mean, is it going to get destroyed if financials are holding up? No, but it's broken out of the channel. So I think it's more of just a matter of if you can see, say, the 20-day or a decent pop, short it. Carry is another one we said oversold due to bounce. Look at this. Man, if it hits the 50, 100-day cross, nail it. But either way, it's just, I mean, it's interesting. It's basically dead money, just chopping, right? XBI, another one we said, talked about, oversold, not looking good, holding channel. Again, this is a hard one because it's oversold. I mean, you probably need to let it bounce. When I say oversold, just rubber band man theory. It's getting, like, each low is progressively less in amplitude. And so it might be in a chop or it's about to get absolutely, pop and then flopped. IYT, again, transports, we talked about this, right? Like, keep an eye on this stuff, holding up 200-day. Not holding up, but holding down. Channel 200-day doesn't look that good. Let me go into housing stocks again because we talked about Be careful. Again, a lot of these names just look like they're biting time before getting absolutely destroyed. Solar names, as we talked about, oversold rally, kind of same thing like you would talk about with XBI. Like, let them play out. Maybe this is big enough bounce, but you're going at earnings. Like, pray these things bounce on some stupid headline. We talked about it. I mean, shorts are probably taking some profits. I don't know the exact levels, but I'd be watching earnings stuff, and that I wouldn't touch them until then. Again, ENPH, Sedge, all them, they all look oversold. We talked about it. If you're shorting, you're not taking profits. You're just begging to have your profits taken. For solar, here you go. I think they had some sort of stupid news today. Who cares? Let this one, again, bounce. We talked about the HYG was a massive problem. Still is. Corporate debt does not look good. Let's end it with oil and gas names. Again, oil all over the place. I don't trust it. 20-day. Remember the first bounce? Hit the 20-day. You're there. UNG, we talked about this, popping up into the upper sevens. Good luck. I just don't like this fund at all until natural gas has a potential bigger move. I would be later than early. XOP said, watch this level up here today. Got up there. Big talk in the live chat about it. It's tough to know exactly, but I don't trust oil and gas names. Again, they become liquidity names as well. Exxon, oof. Oh, man. Put this on your radar. Right? Watch this level. Watch the 112s. Alarm. Alarm. Set. Yes. Yes. Marv Alper. Yes. You're welcome. Put that one on your alarm. Oxy. As we talked about, the, Buffett sell zone. Anytime it gets up here, he just sells more cover calls. Snoozer. Valero. We talked about these oil, like these gasoline names. Gasoline, demand destruction. All right. Chopping around here. Pray for a bounce. Maybe that 20, remember the 20-day, 50-day cross? Add an alert. See what happens, right? PXD is getting bought out. Don't care. MPC, another one. They watch the bounce. Look at this back testing. Ooh, hello. The trend line. That looks juicy. That looks real juicy. Keep an eye on that one right now. I'm getting flustered, hot and bothered. EQT, we said watch what happens up here. Again, these names could break out. I mean, in a trap based on geopolitical stuff, but I just wouldn't. Just be careful. That's all I can say. Flex LNG, again, we like this name in time. We like being natural gas exporter. We have more natural gas than anyone in the world. Correct me if I'm wrong. Sounds like a good idea that at some point in the next stability of the market that we will be exporting natural gas. That seems very likely. We not agree? Yes, Dan, I agree. So, if you have any questions, again, always reach out. Use the Calendly link. I appreciate all the love, support, generous donations if you want to donate. Because you see the value in a free education, and it's making you money. Make sure you pay yourself. Treat your family, treat your wife. Pay yourself, pay your taxes, and if you want to throw me a bone, that is so cool. And again, I always tell people it's not required, but if you invest in this channel and myself, I care about your outcome and what you're doing. Holler if you have questions. Peace. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.